Hello, friends. When you think of ancient Rome, you might picture mighty generals, stoic senators, or roaring gladiators. But hidden behind the marble columns and military triumphs were the real secret engines of Roman society: the women. Roman women might not have voted or run for consul, but don't let that fool you. They were far from silent. They ruled households, influenced politics from behind velvet curtains, and in some cases, made history quake beneath their sandals. Take Livia Drusilla, wife of Augustus. Elegant, dignified, and possibly one of the most politically savvy minds Rome ever saw. While Augustus smiled and posed for statues, Livia was busy arranging alliances, marriages, and, according to a few juicy rumors, perhaps even the occasional mysterious death to smooth the path for her son Tiberius. Was she a loving mother, or the Roman version of a political chess master? You decide. Meanwhile, priestesses like the Vestal virgins held sacred power. Guardians of Rome's eternal flame, these women lived in luxury, commanded respect, and could even pardon condemned prisoners with a mere touch. But break their vow of chastity? Well, let's just say the punishment involved being buried alive. High stakes, high rewards. Classic Rome. In daily life, women ran the show at home. Roman households were bustling enterprises, farms, workshops, mini-factories, and women were the CEOs. They managed slaves, oversaw education, handled finances, and kept the complex family web intact. Some even took matters a step further, owning businesses, running taverns, or selling their handmade goods at market. Not all Roman women lived behind walls either. Cornelia, mother of the Gracchi brothers, became famous for her wisdom and moral strength. When wealthy women flaunted their jewels, Cornelia simply pointed to her sons and said, "These are my jewels." And somewhere, a modern mom smiled approvingly. And let's not forget poetesses like Sulpicia, whose verses teased and flirted across time. Love has come at last, and such a love as I would be shamed to hide. Rome might have been tough on the outside, but even its poetry had a soft, mischievous center. Yet, for all their influence, Roman women often had to operate in the shadows, cleverly bending the rules, weaving through the restrictions placed on them. Marriage laws, dress codes, even which streets they could walk freely, all carefully choreographed. But Roman women learned to dance through this maze with remarkable grace, and a fair amount of cunning. In fact, the ideal Roman woman was praised for her pudicitia and gravitas, seriousness. Yet the real Roman woman was often a master of adaptability, survival, and quiet rebellion. And let's be honest, if you think a Roman banquet was rowdy, imagine the gossip flying around the triclinium while the men were 3 cups into the wine. So next time you hear tales of Rome's great conquests and mighty battles, remember, behind every triumphal arch, every Senate decree, every heir to the throne, there was often a woman whispering just out of sight. Speaking of whispering, ever wonder what it was like behind those grand villa doors? The bustling kitchens, sprawling gardens, secret affairs, and busy daily routines? Because next time, we're leaving the marble forums behind and stepping into the real heart of Roman life. Life in a Roman villa, where history wasn't just made in battles, but in bread ovens, courtyards, and cozy, gossip-filled gardens. Pack your toga. It's time for a house tour like no other.